The evening was wreathed in golden mist as Daniel navigated the ancient streets of Barcelona, leading him at last towards a small, candlelit cafe hidden on an alley corner. Within, Nuria Montfort awaited him, her soft features awash with nervous hesitation. Her dark curls framed a pale face marked by tired eyes, concealing secrets long kept imprisoned behind silence. "You're finally here, Daniel," she whispered, her voice trembling as though each syllable held weight of untold lives. Emotions fluttered in her dark eyes, fear competing with trust, as she spoke slowly of Julián Carax, a man now more shadow than flesh, preserved in memories that refused to die. Yet as Daniel questioned further, something in Nuria's gentle expression shifted subtly, anguish becoming guilt, trust fracturing beneath her carefully woven tale. He realized then, with a sudden chill, that this woman knew far more than she'd let anyone guess. "What else are you hiding from me?" demanded Daniel softly, hearing in himself a voice laden with betrayal and disappointment. Nuria's gaze lowered, reluctantly breaking their connection, and a single tear fell onto the surface of her untouched coffee. The air between them thickened, heavy with regret and secrets more tangled than ever, concluding beneath the fragile glow of the candle lanterns.
Night draped itself over Barcelonan rooftops. Stars scattered like forgotten wishes above Daniel as he hurried homeward through twisting cobblestone streets. His heart thundered from Nuria's cryptic revelations, confusion mingling with dread. Lost in thoughts, Daniel did not notice a quiet figure emerging from the shadows ahead. A hand suddenly grasped his shoulder. He spun around and caught his breath as the face before him became recognizable under the moon's gentle glow. Fermin Romero de Torres stood there, usually cheerful eyes now urgent, almost pleading. "Daniel, no time, listen carefully," Fermin whispered fiercely, his slender frame taut, shadows accentuating the scarred and weathered details of his expressive face. "Someone knows you're searching Julián Carax, and they're determined to bury the past once and for all. Trust no one anymore, not even me, if it comes to it. Promise you'll be careful." Daniel staggered back, shock rippling through his veins, yet Fermin vanished once more into darkness before Daniel could respond, leaving only silence echoing in the empty street. Alone with mounting dread, Daniel felt the weight of betrayal closing around him, uncertain whom to trust and where danger might lurk next. In the flickering candlelight of an old Barcelona bookstore, Daniel Sempere uncovered a hidden envelope, tucked carefully beneath worn floorboards, encased in silk like a forgotten relic. His fingers trembled as he lifted the letter out, heart hammering, eyes widening in disbelief. It bore the unmistakable handwriting of Julián Carax. As each handwritten word spoke from parchment to heart, whispers seemed to rise from the shadows, filling the air with elusive echoes of the past. Daniel felt himself spiraling deeper into a world aglow with bittersweet nostalgia and intense longing. Suddenly, the bell rang softly behind him. Footsteps echoed on old wooden floors. Daniel spun around to find Fermin Romero de Torres standing silently in the doorway, his always cheerful eyes this time clouded with shadows of anxiety. "What are you hiding, Daniel?" Fermin whispered. Caught quietly between trust and suspicion, Daniel opened his mouth to explain, but at that instant, somewhere in the distance, a glass shattered loudly, the sound cutting through the quiet night, wrenching both men's attention toward the street.
The streets outside shimmered softly beneath gas lamps, draped in silver mist as Daniel and Fermin stepped carefully onto the cobblestones. From around the corner came a figure running swiftly, a woman dressed in a long silken shawl, her eyes wide with fear, hair escaping wildly from her once elegant braid. She stumbled into Daniel's arms, gasping for air. "He knows everything. He's coming," she whispered in desperation. Daniel recognized Nuria Montfort immediately, but her fearful eyes bore little resemblance to the composed woman who had guided him thus far. Before he could respond, shadows stretched from the alley nearby, accompanied by slow footsteps echoing ominously. A tall figure materialized, face hidden by a broad-brimmed hat, his dark cloak whipping behind him in night breeze. Nuria clutched Daniel's sleeve, her shaking voice barely audible. "It can't be him. He's supposed to be dead." Just as Daniel shielded her protectively, the man stepped forward into lamplight, slowly lifting his hat. Daniel's breath stopped. Fermín stepped back, visibly shaken. Before either could brace for confrontation, the mysterious figure raised one finger to his lips, signaling silence, smiling calmly yet chillingly as he spoke in Julián Carax's voice. "It's been too long, hasn't it?"
The autumn rain cascaded down the Gothic spires of Barcelona as Daniel found himself in Núria Montfort's dimly lit apartment. The air was thick with the scent of old paper and secrets about to surface. "I've kept this hidden for too long," Núria whispered, her trembling hands retrieving a weathered leather journal from beneath loose floorboards. The candlelight danced across its worn pages, revealing Julián Carax's elegant handwriting. As Daniel began reading, the truth about the mysterious author's disappearance started unraveling like a delicate thread. The connection between Penélope Aldea's tragic fate and Julián's exodus from Barcelona emerged through tear-stained pages. But before Daniel could process the shocking revelations, a shadow moved across the rain-streaked window. Inspector Fumero's unmistakable silhouette loomed outside, and the sound of heavy boots echoed up the stairwell.
In the labyrinthine corridors of the old publishing house, Núria's confession echoed off the walls as she and Daniel fled through the shadows. "Your father wasn't the only one who protected Julián's secret," she revealed, her voice breaking. The truth about Carax's identity and his connection to the Aldea family fortune threatened to shatter everything Daniel thought he knew. As they reached the rooftop, lightning illuminated the cityscape, and Daniel spotted a familiar figure waiting in the darkness, someone he had trusted completely until this moment. The betrayal cut deeper than any knife could, and as thunder rolled across Barcelona's Gothic skyline, Daniel realized that uncovering the truth about Julián Carax might cost him everything he held dear. "Sometimes," Núria whispered, "the most dangerous secrets are the ones we keep from ourselves."
The afternoon sun caressed Barcelona in a gentle embrace of gold, turning the city into an enchanting canvas of warmth and poetry. Daniel stood at the threshold of the cemetery of forgotten books, his heart pounding as he walked down the spiraling aisles, each shelf whispering stories kissed by time. Julián Carax awaited him patiently in the shadows, a figure now freed from years of torment and regret. They exchanged silent nods, their bond forged by shared secrets and journeys through enigmatic darkness. Julián stepped forward, gently placing a weather-worn hand on Daniel's shoulder. "You have given me life, young friend, and in doing so, returned meaning to my story." Daniel smiled quietly, feeling the truth of those words settle within him. Yet as Julián turned his gaze toward the endless sea of forgotten books, his expression shifted toward gentle sadness. "Then, though our paths have intertwined, Daniel, I must leave once more, to finally heal what remains unfinished." Before Daniel could fully absorb the meaning, Julián had moved away, disappearing into the maze-like sanctuary and leaving a lingering magic in his wake.
Night had fallen, draping Barcelona in velvet darkness studded with stars. Daniel found himself wandering the familiar streets, drawn once again toward the warmth of Bee's presence. He entered quietly, gently startling her as she read by candlelight. Her gaze softened instantly, recognizing the troubled reflection in his eyes. "Daniel, what's wrong?" she whispered. He took her hand, drawing courage from her soothing embrace. "Julián must depart again, Bee. His book, and maybe his soul, now rest in peace, but he must leave us before finding complete redemption." Bee gently touched his cheek, her soft voice calming the flames of uncertainty within him. "You showed him hope," Now allow him to follow it. But before Daniel could respond, a swift knocking echoed urgently at the door, disrupting their quiet sanctuary. A shadowy silhouette stood waiting outside, cloaked in mystery. Daniel approached cautiously, his breath suspended. Opening the door, he was confronted by a face hidden beneath a wide-brimmed hat, illuminated only by piercing eyes shining with urgency. Daniel Sempere? There's another book you must see immediately. It's more important and dangerous than you can ever imagine.
Thank you for venturing into this realm with me. If you crave more enchanted worlds, mythical battles, and secrets whispered from ancient pages, join the Guild of Storybound Explorers. Subscribe now and ring the bell to unlock every new quest the moment it drops. The next chapter awaits. Will you answer the call?